One of the major blessings of modern communication is, of course, the telephone. How marvellous it is to speak to someone from a distance and to understand exactly what they say. Excuse me. Hello?
Hello, David.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who? Listen, darling.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get away from old what's-her-name this evening?
Mm-hmm.
Because if so, I'll meet you at the you-know-where. And then you and I can have a little of the old one, too. Okay?
Yes. You mean, sort of, well, like, you know, that sort of thing?
That's right. Bye.
Bye. Ah, well, that's good news. Aunt Edie is going to do my ironing after all.
Though I'm pursued by many men, they never understand me. I talk to them for hours on end, but they never understand me. My life's very simple to unfurl. I'm a very complex girl. I know just what I want, all right, and that's to be listened to half the night by some young man who understands my soulful dreams and hopes and plans and doesn't just say that instead. He could listen much better if he got into bed and really understand me.
Hello, planties. Hello there. Who's a pretty polyanthus then, eh? Aha. How's my little geranium-wanium today, then? I've got a little dwinky-winky to quench your thirst.
Ah, Goldie's off again.
I wish to God he'd never heard of this theory about talking to your plants.
Yeah.
And a great big splashy of water for you today, rubber plant. There.
You'd think he'd have learnt by now that I can't stand water first thing in the morning.
Oh, dear, you've got a little crushed leafy, haven't you, rubber plant?
He'll have more than crushed leafies if he starts cutting bits off again. He's... Oh, no, don't. Oh, the swan!
There, all better now.
Oh, I don't reckon humans are that intelligent, do you, rubber plant? I mean, you don't hear plants going about discussing each other's tootsie buds, do you?
Well, your little tootsie buds are coming along nicely, aren't they, Geranium?
I hope he doesn't play us that ruddy Mozart again tonight, Geranium. Radio 3's all you ever get in this rotten house, and me an Elton John fan and all.
At least we're not lumbered with Radio 1. I mean, remember what happened to that African Violet next door?
No, what happened to her?
They played a half an hour of Tony Blackburn, and she was dead within the hour.
What a nasty way to go. I'd rather be uprooted, I think, any day, wouldn't you?
Yeah. There, Plantypoos, now you're feeling better, aren't you?
Feeling better? Oh, I'm chilled to the roots, I am now, you stupid great Burke.
Got a little surprise for you, Geranium Poopsie, and for you as well, Rubbery Flubbery.
I can't stand that name, you know.
Yes, I'm going to sponge down your little green leafies.
Ow!
Splash and polish and wipe the grime.
Whoa! Get out of there! Oh!
Splash and polish and sponge and shine. There, nice clean planties. Oh, my, you are looking well. It pays to be kind and loving and gentle to all God's creatures, doesn't it, planty friends, eh?
Hello, dear. Breakfast ready?
Shut your face, you stupid cow. I'm looking after the plants, aren't I?
The unique forms of communication between the sexes is marriage. So, of course, is divorce. That's one message you can't mistake. My researchers tell me that there will soon be 4 times as many divorces as marriages, and... No, wait a minute, that can't be right. Should be 3 at the most. No, wait a minute, hang on. I give up. And mind you, some wives never give up.
Is there anybody at this séance who wishes to talk to somebody who is no longer with us?
Oh, yes, I'd like to talk to my husband, George Braithwaite. He's about 5'10" with brown hair and skin trouble.
No, I'm a medium. I'm not interested in his body.
Well, neither was I. Just thought maybe if I told...
Shush.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We shall begin. Are you there, George Braithwaite?
Answer the man, George.
Oh, shush, please.
Well, it's just he never comes when you call. You have to keep on at him, if you know what I mean. Here, let me try. Are you there, George Braithwaite?
Oh, hang on. All right. What is it now, Doris?
Where have you been? You're late.
Yeah, well, of course I'm late. I'm dead, aren't I? Now, what is it you want, Doris? Only must be quick. I'm on my way to a party.
A What, in Limbo?
No, it's in Balham, actually. There's a deserted disco down there. One of our haunts, you might say.
One of our haunts. Not bad, for me, Doris.
George!
Sorry, Doris.
George, dear, when you were lying close to death, there was something you forgot.
Oh, heck, it wasn't our anniversary, were it?
No, George, you forgot to tell me where you'd put that £15,000 you'd taken out of your bank the day before.
Oh.
Where's the money, you old Scrooge?
Please, Mrs. Braithwaite. Let's not vulgarise the tone of the séance.
Sorry.
George, have you any messages for us from the other side?
Hang on, I'll check. Anybody got any messages?
Yeah, I've got to let the gas on.
Okay. Hugh Winthrop wants to tell his wife, Deirdre, that he thinks he's left the gas on.
But Mrs. Winthrop died in an explosion this morning.
Oh, it's all right, Hugh. You can tell her yourself. She'll be here in a minute.
George, dear, about that money.
Oh, shut your face.
George!
You're an old nagbag, Doris. Look, living with you is like purgatory. Eh? What am I saying? I know some nice people in purgatory.
How can you say that, George? We had some good times.
Oh, that's true, Doris, that's true. For 20 years, you and I were deliriously happy.
Oh, George.
Then we met. Mind you know, to be fair, you got the sort of body, Doris, that every man longs for.
Oh, thank you, George.
Rippling chest muscles, enormous biceps, the great big...
Who's that with you, George Braithwaite?
Oh, just another heavenly body, dear.
I expect it's that brazen little hitchhiker they found with you. No wonder you didn't notice the bridge was raised.
Please, let's retain some dignity.
Fatty, fatty.
For goodness sake, Mr. Braithwaite, act your age. Please, for all our peace and quiet, you may as well tell Mrs. Braithwaite where you've put that money.
Yes, George, after all, you know what they say. You can't take it with you.
That's true, Doris. They do say that. But can they be sure? Who do you think's throwing all the parties then, Doris, eh? Hey, come on, Hugh, let's get going before your wife gets here. One of the great media of communication in any language is poetry. That's what it says here. Anyway, I think we are about to prove just how true this is by listening to England's most successful poet of the age. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't Pam Ayres.
Oh, it's great without a doubt to be an overnight success. You don't need much to write about, just call yourself a poet-ess. Who'd ever think that little me could be a star of radio, films, newspapers, magazines and TV? It went a bitty to my head to be proclaimed the people's bard, but if you'd like to get ahead, I'll tell you how it isn't hard. First put some words down in a row, a line or two of someone's patter. Those subtle rhymes of long ago, to tell the truth, don't really matter. Now add to this banality a little sentimentality. Some bunny rabbits or a mouse, a fluffy cat from someone's house. Oh dear, I've changed the rhyme scheme, how perplexing. Well, never mind, my readership is half dyslexic. Where was I now? Oh yes, the man to send your poems to is the publisher who's fat or tubbish. He'll let you know without ado your poetry's a load of rubbish. You know what that means, don't you? Well, it means your stuff will sell and sell.
I open the papers and scan what I see. This shock, horror, outrage is too much for me.
I'd read all the papers without any doubt, if only I knew what they're talking about.
When is a businessman's profit rate? Only a flow of cash. Now when does a hurry escalate into a mercy dash? Pounds never fall, they fluctuate, and influence spans the globe. Policemen just investigate, but detectives always probe.
It's frightfully irritating, isn't it?
Infuriating. Now reading The Guardian isn't much fun. You miss all the news, disentangling the pun.
The text of the Telegraph isn't inspired. It's written by majors and colonels.
Retired. Why does a row always escalate? When is a row a storm? Why do deviants deviate from the accepted norm?
Sources are always reliable. Prices all tend to climb. Bank rates are always viable. At this moment, moment in time.
You are so right.
Oh, my dear.
Now, Beaverbrook headlines are snappy and bold.
A pity the news that's beneath them so old. With news in the Sun, I cannot disagree.
Especially the news that they print on page 3.
The anguish and perils, the riddles and scares have brought me right down to the edge of despair. Oh, take away quickly, oh, somebody please,
the shock,
horror,
outrage
of bad journalies. Good evening, news.
I love the old standards.
And that's all from this edition of the Jason Explanation. It was presented by me, David Jason, with Sheila Stiefel, Royce Mills, and the music of John Owen Edwards. And there you are. That's communication.